Hi, this is Warner with Warner's Tree Surgery. It's February 22nd, 2017, and I'm showing you an orange tree. And everything looks good, right? It's nice and green, full, shaped well. Well, everything's not good, and I want to show you what's going on with this. As we look at the leaves, as I walk around this, I want you to notice how many leaves have been damaged by insects. The leaves are supposed to be big and green and not deformed. The more deformed leaves, the more small and stunted leaves that we have on a tree, the less energy the tree can make. Okay, now why is that important? Well, in the trunk and in the roots are reserve cells. And beginning right now, the tree is using all of the energy that all of the leaves make, plus it's drawing on reserves to make the new leaves, which have just started popping a couple of days ago. Also, it will draw on reserves to make the blossoms, and it will draw on the reserves to make the new fruit. When the new fruit is finished, which is usually the middle of December, the tree has 2 or 3 months to restock the reserves, and that's usually all right. It takes about 5 years for the reserves to become completely depleted. But what's happened here in Maricopa County is that about 5 or 6 years ago, an insect called the Asian citrus leaf miner moved into the valley that had no natural predator. And it breeds up to 14 times a year. Because of that, for the last 5 or 6 years, the reserves of this tree and almost every other tree has been gradually depleted. When the tree doesn't have reserves, it can no longer protect itself from soil-borne fungus. It cannot produce the natural occurring insecticides in the fruit, the skin of the fruit, and the skin of the leaves. And as a result of that, all the other insects, not just the leaf miner, but all the other insects that normally aren't a problem, are epidemic in the valley. And that's why it's so hard to find a good leaf on this tree. I don't know if you've been watching, but the leaves are supposed to be green and full size, kind of like that one, except they should be a little bigger. But because the reserves are depleted, valley-wide, in all of the citrus, the insects are just having their way with the tree. And now there's so many of them that the normal predators that would have been able to take care of them haven't been able to catch up. Plus, as far as I know, there still hasn't been the predator wasp that they imported into Florida has not been brought into the valley, okay? Now, what we do in a case like this is we get the customers trained to get rid of the bugs, to watch for new infestations, to get the watering right, the fertilizing right, and then I inject some chemicals into the tree that will kickstart the energy production of the leaves that are still able to produce energy, and cause those leaves also, one of the things we inject will cause the leaves to produce natural occurring fungicides. We do that now, usually when I come out, and then I usually come back in cases like this. I come back in 3 months and do it again. And if the customers have taken care of the insects, taken care of the watering, taken care of the fertilizing, the tree will begin to recover. With the insects gone, the leaves will be able to produce enough energy, and in 3 or 4 years the reserves will be replenished and everything will be fine. So if you've got a problem with your citrus tree, take a good look at it. Just because it's green doesn't mean that everything's all right. Usually people don't notice the problems until the tops start dying out from the fungus. It's easier to fix them when they're like this than when they get bad. So this is Warner with Warner's Tree Surgery. If you got any questions, give me a call. The number is 480-969-8808. The information to take care of this problem, if you're watching this video on YouTube, is in the description. And if you're watching this on one of my websites, or on my website, I've only got one, but if you're watching it on a video on my website, you can find it, the steps that you need to take down at the bottom of the page the videos are on. So if you got any questions, give us a call. The number is 480-969-8808. Thank you very much.